Greetings, beloved ones. Um, my name is Yukia Azora Sandara, and I am sharing my new activation series, my new course that's starting in 2 weeks' time, and it's called Soul Initiation Recall. It's an activation of soul memory circuitry that is in the planetary soul, in the intergalactic memory circuitry, in the intragalactic, in the solar system, and and in the universal memory circuitry. So we have many memory circuitries within the divine spark of the soul, of past lives, uh, in planet or off planet, in other galaxies, in other universes, within the inner earth, with nature spirits, within the Mother Earth itself. So it's the activation of the of the catalyzing of the activation of those memory circuitries in live sessions. Okay, it's 3 week series, so it's either going to be every 3 days or once a week. We meet for about 1.5 hours to 3 hours, and basically it is a live activation of each member, each participant registered, of the divine soul, activating the totality of the memory circuitry, as far as it is important for your current purpose in life, for your next assignment, your next role, or for and in this activation, we make a circle of light, and one of the participants gets placed in the middle of the circle, and that's the participant that has the design, has received the design of the soul cartography, which is, what is the soul, which is a light code design of the architecture of the soul, sort of a map of the soul, and what it is look like at the in currently, and what has been the journey like. So the participant is placed in the center, and the group contributes with the drawing is revealed to the whole group for that particular participant, and the digital light code, and the participant actively invocates or activates, either through light language or through a declaration, the intentions that it has to activate memory circuitries that are pertinent and important for the full awakening of that memory circuitry, to assist in the ascension process, and to assist the soul to remember, and to collect versions of itself with skill sets and gifts that will help the path ahead. So it is, I always say, it's a symbiotic dance between a group of explorers, and I am the conduit accelerating the frequency and taking the participant to a journey, bringing in downloads of what that soul journey is, and activating circuits within that journey from different star systems, if it's aligned and pertinent to that soul. And so I'll be transmitting as the person is placed in the middle, a download for that soul, which is pertinent to the light code architecture design that he or she has received. And then the other participants help to contribute with their input, either in declarations or information, or in light language, or in sound. So therefore, the circle, the group dynamics, assists the activation of remembrance of those memory circuitries that are in either the planetary soul, intergalactically, within the inner Earth, in the solar system, and in the universal memory security. So it's a co-creation, and it's an intercreation. It's a very dynamic type of program. It is in 2 weeks' time, because that gives me time to do the designs and to send the designs of the soul cartography to each one of the participants. So in each sitting, so in each session of 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours, 10 participants are able to have their soul cartography read, and also benefit from the contributions of the group dynamic and the group input. So I also wanted to explain that part of the experience, of the incarnate experience and projection of the oversoul, is the paragenetic memory circuitry of the soul. And we are all very familiar with the genetic code, but there is also a paragenetic code, also memory circuitry, that holds the information of the divine totality of the soul journey since its inception. And this program taps into that knowingness from the collective unified field. So there are different memory cells within the full memory circuitry, which are interplanetary, intergalactic, solar system, universal, earthbound, which the elemental kingdom, and these sessions activate the memory of all those, as it is pertinent and timeless for the soul to receive in this now moment, for the next assignment, to shed clarity into purpose and the way forward. So I'm very excited. I've ran this program a few times, and so there is a number of testimonials with the experiences of the participants that you can read on my profile. But basically, when the soul is ready to be activated, it appears. It appears at the right time, and it requests to do so. So, and that's how you will be responding to this video. One of the participants said the following: my soul was ready for the next big step, to dive deeper and higher into her evolutionary state. And it was just an inner call, a burning call, a passionate call. And this program came right at the right time. So it describes that her journey and her experience was first a clearing and a cleansing and a removing of what was still to be erased and transformed, and working on ego aspects, on entity interaction, on clearance, working in erasing archetypes and subfrequencies that were obstructing the process of collection of these memories or activation of these memories circuitries. So it's very interesting that also over the years there were she had it that there were so many trapped memories deep inside in the dormant in the DNA, and this activation helped to bring them to the surface. So it also comments that also have been that came forth, and one of the benefits is that this is a work we are co-creating together. I am, of course, the catalyst. I'm also channeling the aspects from different star systems and from the earth itself for that particular soul, but not. It is not only about the catalyst, it's about the input of the group as they add to the soul's journey, and they share through sounds or through light language or through downloads that they receive, what they feel is aligned and is needed by that soul. So the other benefits is also this activations assists souls to see what is true, what is false in the light programmed constructs, and and each participant learns how to recognize and use its own discernments in what information is received that is pure or not. And during the process, you have the ability to choose and to decide for yourself, what you want to collect and integrate and what is important for you. Because there is so much hidden inside. Even if one has done a lot of inner work and shadow work, because this program follows a lot of shadow work that the person and inner work that the person has already done through the years. And so this is another deeper level. It's looking at levels that are maybe trapped in other realities and in circuitries within the planet, within the galaxies, and within the solar system that we have not yet understood, and it hasn't been revealed. So it also assists very much to discover remembrance, to discover that remembrance is not forgotten knowledge. It is available and accessible from the unified field by tapping into a unified group field. It's easier to actually for that remembrance to come to the surface through stories of the heart. It's a very heart-opening container that is formed around the individual that is being activated. It is nurturing, and there is a feeling also of exploration, as if you are exploring through hidden and forgotten treasures and walking through beyond time, space, within the past and within the present. Uh, for the future is what we are creating anew. So it is an incredible journey, and with lots of aha moments, and it's it's just exciting that we've come to a time in our planet that this can be finally catalyzed, because our excitonal lines are no longer cut. So we have a corridor of access to the stars and other planets that are interacting directly with us. So all these deeper layers of memory circuitry can be accessed. Um, Another participant has also mentioned that in this memory circuitry circle of light, um, it is you are joined in a container held in a loving grace, and it is uplifting. It provides um, an opportunity to draw from the digital code that or cartography that has been designed, the essence and the purpose of the soul, organically, of course, and it's spontaneous, and it's in the lightness of being. There is a transfer that brings the depth of the inner standing to full blossoming of one in its own inner authority. There is a deepening of one's own light language, if you speak it, mudras, in a core purpose also, and it opens the sovereign being to its full shine. And the group container rises and expands and amplifies, um, and it also interacts and is able to tap into the intergalactic family, and each group member that contributes receives information with much more ease and grace that can be decoded for the one that is in receiving. So there is a giving and a receiving in the circle of light. Within the circle of light activation of each participant creates a fresh new beginning, basically, and a new creation for itself. It lifts up to the true self. It allows that movement, and this deepening is 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 encouraging, because it is tapping into the unified field of creation that is created, that is co-created, and it sparkles in its lightness of being. So gathering in the presence of the I am presence of each one, in the inner known light of the map of the creator, in this dynamic group field, it helps to assist the whole of the cosmos to deliver the gifts and skill sets to a full awakening. So basically, this is what the program is about. I am going to be showing you some of the soul photography that will be sent to the participants beforehand. So there will be 10 participants for each sitting. All right. This is one of them. And that one was more an intergalactic soul, a weaver of worlds, actually. This particular one, as you can see, was a universal soul imprint, mainly a universal soul imprint, and with elemental kingdom and indigenous, ancient Native American lineage in memory circuitry that was activated. And then the last one that I want to show is a angelic one. This was mainly an angelic soul. I can show you like this. As you can see, this is a soul cartography of an imprint, a memory, mainly the collected main memory circuitry was of an angelic, intergalactic, and ancient primordial nature. So I'm going to be sharing an activation now that takes place, during the circle of light sessions, so that you can get a little taste of what is to come on the program. Walikuriko lamarano sarate kalayasa minushniko saraduraya kayala remnaka naranika hurasanahi haruna Swakilakaiko Malakayale Mayakaya Melchior Aliu Masorako Ranayate Haru Aru Haliko Aru Aliko Aru Aliko this was an angelic transmission, you know, for one of the last one that I showed, the angelic soul cartography. It is within the realm of love and with an open heart that we embrace the soul and we hold the container of harmonic resonance within the coherence of the inner space of the tiny, tiny space of the heart. Tap into that space of the heart, beloved soul, and feel into the memory circuitry. Tap into the knowingness of this unified field in revelation of versions of the ascended self, of the divine spark and the beauty that you are. Tap into it. Place your hands in your heart. Open yourself to receiving and listen. Listen to the silence within this group container. And see the streams of consciousness of these angelic realms of existence, these temples of light in the different planets where you have experienced life within this galaxy and other galaxies as an angelic being, and give the signal that you are ready to collect those versions, feeling into them. You are embraced by the Mother, Sakina. You are embraced by the Archangel League of Light. The temples, the angelic temples of grace and love are singing to you. There are song lines that are being activated in your to celebrate this time where you are ready to activate the remembrance of those aspects of yourself, those skills, those gifts, and you're so ready to collapse all those that are not serving you. Feel into it. Inhale and exhale. And activate the breath of life if it assists you to receive. Exhaling, ha! Inhaling, exhaling, ha! Inhaling 8 times. You are activating your wings. We're tapping into the group dynamic here present. And in this container of pure love and light, which is gentle, nurturing, like a womb of the mother, we are holding you dearly. We are singing the song line. And so the participant in the middle, the invisible one that we've been simulating, is surrounded by love and by teams, visible and invisible, anchors and integrates the receiving. And then each group member that feels called adds to the container until we finish the circle. Each one takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It was great to share this with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing many of you that are ready to be catalyzed and activated, to have your memory circuitries awoken to remembrance, to assist you in your new missions, your new roles, as we walk together home. Thank you.